meeting. It is now, I am very proud to introduce Bluestone Elementary School.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, so if I start coughing, please forgive me. Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Purporis, Treasurer Mr. Higley. I am Cherie Mason, proud principal of Bluestone Elementary School.
Hello, I'm Mario Snowden, proud assistant principal of Bluestone Elementary.
Our theme for this year is Together We Glow, and for GLOW we mean grow, lead, own, and win. We're working to grow in everything that we do, create leaders in our staff and students, own our decisions and actions, and then approach everything we do with a winning attitude. Tonight's agenda, we will focus on our attendance, academics, the Autism Learning Centers, and then our climate and culture. This is our first year as an administration team, and we're excited to be together. As a team, we strive to improve and streamline our efforts, and again, tonight, these are the things that we will focus on. Attendance. We have worked to improve our attendance procedures and processes in hopes to decrease our absenteeism rate. Here is a graph that shows our decline in the right direction. During the 22-23 school year, we had an absenteeism rate of 52%. In the 23-24 school year, it decreased. We decreased it to 37%, which was a 15% decrease. This chart shows our first quarter absenteeism, comparing where we were last year at this time to where we are currently. So last year, for the first quarter, we had 37%, and we are now down to 32%, which is a 5% decrease. Here are some of the things that we are doing to decrease our absenteeism rate. We put some procedures in place and hold weekly attendance meetings. Our family liaison, Ms. Dixon, has been instrumental in making follow-up phone calls to parents and then setting up some of those attendance meetings. We send home communication regularly via Parent Square, things like the reminder for start time, our attendance winners for the weeks, and then when students are absent, we missed you post. Students are taking ownership of their attendance by filling out calendars every day that they're there. So for if they're present, they fill in the green. If they're late, they fill late or leave early, they fill in yellow. And then if they're absent, they fill in red. And then this allows us to see patterns, and then we send these home at the end of the month as well. Every Monday, we announce weekly attendance winners over our school PA system. The class with the highest attendance percentage by grade level gets to hold on to the traveling trophy. And they're very competitive. Homerooms are very competitive and looking forward to having a winning streak. You can hear them cheering in the hallways as the announcements are made. And then each month, students can collect attendance necklaces by meeting the attendance goal of 100% for the month. And the students are really excited about seeing how many they can gather for the year. Here are some pictures of our attendance parades, and then a picture of a class that has won the attendance trophy for the week. Outside of every classroom, we display the attendance average for the month and the names of the students with perfect attendance. We also have an attendance bulletin board near our cafeteria for all to see. And we list the classroom winners by grade level as well as the school's daily average And this will also allow us to look for trends in the data as well as we plan for the next school year. For example, we noticed that parents think that we have Columbus Day off, although we have not had Columbus Day off in God knows when. So, so next year we know we have to be a little bit more proactive. Here is a picture of all the students that had 100% attendance in the month of September. Next, we will talk a little bit about academics.
With academics, we looked at the success that we've had with attendance and decided to replicate some of the things that we're doing with attendance with academics as well. Here's a bulletin board displaying the students that have passed the Ohio State test. The students and their families were excited to see their smiling faces on the board during open house. We had our first academic parade and breakfast where we celebrated all of our students and their caregivers that passed the OST in grades 3 through 5, and all of our K-2 students that are currently on grade level according to M-Class or iReady. Students are setting goals and having goal meetings with their teachers. Students are all smiles while celebrating their successes.
Aren't they the cutest?
It was important to us to celebrate the students and their caregivers because we acknowledge that it's a team effort. We hosted a family Ohio State testing night for third grade families prior to the fall OST. This was to inform them about the third grade test and expectations. Parents were able to see practice questions and get all of their questions answered by teachers. We meet weekly to discuss data surrounding attendance, academics, and behavior, and then we plan based on the results. Teachers are working through the Teacher Clarity Playbook to better plan for student success. The Teacher Clarity Playbook is a hands-on guide to creating learning intentions and success criteria for organized, effective instruction.
Okay, and then this year we were excited to be tasked with opening 6 autism learning centers in our building. Over the summer, we received training on the TEACH method. This training included administrators, intervention specialists, paraprofessionals, and we were able to learn hands-on strategies while working with students of our own from Bluestone. And we continue to have ongoing strategic support throughout the school year via our partnership with Tara Craw from Mentor Cares. So the training that we received was through TEACH, and it's the treatment of education of autistic and communication handicapped children. The components of the TEACH method are the structured environment, individualized approach, visual supports, and then focus on independence. The TEACH method promotes organized physical spaces, daily activities in a clear, predictable way. It uses a visual supports such as schedules, visual cues, work systems to help students understand what is expected of them. So here you just see some pictures of some different classrooms as well as some schedules for students to follow. The visual schedules in classrooms setup is vital to the success of the students. Each classroom has an intervention specialist and 2 paraprofessionals, and then 6 students of various needs in grades K through 5. The individualized approach, the program is tailored to the specific abilities, needs, and interests of the students. The focus is on building upon the students' strengths while addressing their challenges in communication and behavior. We utilize students to engage them and build relationships. You can see the middle picture, that kid is really into science, and we do almost like a daily science project with him. Visual supports are, again, very important. Many individuals with autism respond well through visual information. So the teach method really relies heavily on visual cues, symbols, and structured tasks to enhance their understanding and their communication. So those are just some of the things that we utilize throughout our building in the different classrooms. It's also a focus on independence. The ultimate goal of Teach is to promote independence and teach functional skills that are meaningful in everyday life, such as self-care, academic skills, and in social interactions. And you just see their beautiful faces up there working hard, following the rules and regulations. You see them in the hallways. And then last but not least, a very important component is parent engagement. Teach involves close collaboration with between our professionals and the families. Parents are seen as co-therapists who are actively involved in the education and in the development of their child. So our plan is to hold 2 parent meetings a year, 1 each semester. And what we will focus on is those parents being able to share resources with one another and build a community with each other, as well as bringing in outside agencies to be able to support them. And while doing so, our staff plans to work with our students on special interest projects during that time. Sensory is very important to provide the students with sensory input that they need. We have several sensory pathways throughout our hallways. We have a sensory workroom, which is that middle picture, and then also the dark room, so that we are giving our students various options that they may need for that sensory input. Our students are also, they go out for field trips every month, and they have real-world community engagement opportunities that are tied to the unique curriculum. So our teachers were very strategic in finding things that aligned with the curriculum that they were using, so that our students had ways to explore and be out in the community as well. As you can see here, we are working hard to have our students participating with taking turns, and this is a prerequisite for students to push into the general education classrooms. So there's a lot of structured group activities to support that. And then with that, we have several students that are pushing into the gen ed classrooms, participating in morning meetings, math, and reading. We're very excited about that, and we continue to grow that. In fact, we had a meeting today about more kids going into gen ed. We recently started a soda shop with our students, and the staff place orders, and the students make the orders, and then they deliver them to them. This works on the students' communication skills, their motor skills, and their social skills. I'm just going to read a little testimony that we got from a parent. This is, again, a new parent to us, and we had a meeting with her, and she had so many positive things to say. I'm so happy that my little one attends Bluestone Elementary. I feel so much relief knowing that he is in a learning environment created for his needs, instead of being in a small space carved out for him in a general education setting. Bluestone gives him a place of his own and the opportunity and support that he requires to meet his unlimited potential. The faculty is amazing and extremely accessible. They are thoughtful, considerate, and patient. They take the time to listen to any concerns and input I have. My little one is making great progress, and he is thriving. I look forward to seeing what he's learned and will be able to do by the end of the school year.
The next thing that we'll talk about is climate and culture. The culture of a building is measured by what you see from scholars, staff, and parents. But the climate of a building is measured by the relationships between those same scholars, staff, and parents. Sorry. look on the slide that's currently up, we see in the 23-24 first quarter that behavior office referrals were at 90. We're proud to report that in the 24-25 first quarter, behavior office referrals were at 8. There are many reasons. There are many reasons behind the decline, including having many returning staff members, teachers that are utilizing techniques that they have received in training, such as responsive classroom and PBIS. Staff members are focused on classroom management, engaging lessons, and positive feedback. As a building, we are dedicated to being proactive and seeking to reward the positives. We have restructured our lunch and recess program, focusing on teamwork and support of all. We have utilized last year's data to support students who may have had difficulty early on this year, and we supported these students by providing them with mentors, responsibilities around the building, and support from our family liaison, Ms. Dixon. She bonds with students through running our behavior incentive, the Panther Pride Room, on Fridays. Pictures which can be seen on the left and right of center, those are from our Panther Pride Room. And then in the center, we see our mentors, such as our ALC teacher, Mr. offering organized activities to scholars during recess. In this slide, we see our security officer, Mr. Parker, sharing his passion for sketching Looney Tunes characters, such as Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny, with students. One of our biggest improvements has been in our lunch and recess procedures. We have done this by offering age-appropriate entertainment for students to focus on, changing cafeteria structures to offer different experiences for students, organized lunch experience such as contests, engaging story time, and bonding through interest, as well as fun and academic strategy engagement activities. Our why is simple, because each and every scholar is worth it.
We're going to try to play a little short video.
In this video, a couple of our students learned a new addition, If It Isn't Love dance. And it caught like wildfire. Our 4th and 5th graders as a whole all went home, watched the video, learned the dance, and then brought it back to school. In some of those in the video, in some of the scenes, you could see the structures that we've changed. We had a structure like this, which almost looks like a college auditorium. We had structures where when we were doing story time, the seats were a little bit different and it allowed for us to be able to look at all the students as we tell different stories and bonded with them.
So thank you from our Bluestone family. We're together we glow. In conclusion, the Bluestone family will continue to strive to meet the academic and social needs of our students. We would like to thank our Bluestone staff for their leadership, hard work, and dedication. We would like to thank our students and their families for allowing us to be a part of their educational journey. Thank you, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Proporus, Mr. Higley, for the opportunity to showcase our phenomenal Bluestone family this evening. This concludes our presentation, and we're ready to receive questions.
Perfect. We'll start on this side with any questions or comments.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for everyone this year. It's good for the heart to see all that you are accomplishing at Bluestone. I am really curious about the shifts in the lunchroom structure, and I hope that it really sounds very innovative and exactly supporting all of the things that you're describing in your goals within the school. The attendance and behavior referral numbers are amazing. That one took my breath away, that difference in referrals this year. Thank you so much for connecting with our kids in a way that doesn't have to be the way we solve problems. And I really don't have any questions. It was an awesome presentation.
Thank you. Our staff really, yes, it's our staff that we couldn't make those referrals go down without them. They really have been strategic in making sure that
And
that
I love that
happens.
you recognize your whole intervention specialist team. Thank you. I really am, this is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I love your new incentives for attendance, and the kids are in competition to see how many necklaces they can get. That's a really creative way to get them motivated to come to school. I love that you're including your younger kids in the academic celebration to keep them motivated to get to the achievements of the older kids. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Start over here with Evan.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of continue the general theme here of thanking you for all you're doing over at Bluestone. I was really blown away seeing those stats with the downs of the referrals. Yes, thank you. Sorry, losing my train of thought there. But just very impressive work there. I just wanted to shout that out specifically. So good job for all you're doing there.
Thank you.
I would like to say that I am so impressed with your use of data and utilizing different interventions to get the kids moving in the right direction. It's very clear that you and your staff are very competent in MTSS, and I think that's a very important strategy for us to be using as a district. So thank you for being very skilled at using that intervention. Also, I am very impressed by how you took the challenge of the new autism centers, and you already have those kids thriving. You're starting to integrate them into general ed, and you already have pathways for more to be integrated. I think that's so impressive to be at this point already in the school year. So congratulations to your team.
Couldn't do it without
And thank you
them.
for all your hard work, staff.
Thank you.
All right. I reiterate everything that everyone else has said. I think engaging the students in the different way you're doing it, such as learning the new edition video, which I was old enough to recognize the second they did the first move. So I think things like that are more unique, but clearly got a number of students engaged are exactly what's needed. So thank you.
Thank you.
And my comments are similar to the board. Thank you to your staff. As I was noticing, and I know a lot of them are here tonight, but working on attendance, letting kids believe that attendance matters. What more positive message to tell a child that we want you in school? We value you being here. You've done a lot of steps in that direction that are, those are the things that we don't always think of, but your staff is on top of it. I'm happy to hear, often we celebrate the progress our kids are making with good choices, but your parade was academic, and the things you were doing is academic. That is what we ultimately are. So, thank you for taking that on. Again, I've already talked to you this in our podcast about the autism learning. So, thanks to you and your team for really taking on the opportunity, as we said, to really do some wonderful things for kids. The real-world experiences, again, to your staff members that do that. From my days of being a teacher, I know planning a field trip and getting the kids out there, you think of all the things that can go wrong,
Yes.
and then at the end of the day, you're like, wow, that was really wonderful. So, I remember those days, so keep it up. It matters to our kids, to our parent. Thank you for sharing. It's not going to show up on our report card, but that matters. That matters an awful lot, so thank you. And again, the culture of the building is unique to Bluestone.
Yes.
And Mr. Snowden, we are
Yes.
so happy that we picked you and you
Yes.
picked us. It's only been a few months.
Yes.
It doesn't seem possible.
No.
So anyway, I think I can go on as superintendent, but I'll stop because people don't want to hear me too much longer. So anyway, thank you, and I think we're taking a brief break.
Yes.
after
Before
this.
we recess, the board would love an invitation to the Panther Card Room. We're just
Okay.
We want to come play.
Absolutely.
And the soda shop.
Okay. Yes.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.